Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review, The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 1, the season premiere, Lines We Crossed. And we are back here tonight to talk about this episode of The Walking Dead as we cycle through everything. But I'm not alone. Of course I'm not alone.
You might just be alone, Phil. You might just
depending
be alone.
Depending on how I feel, I might just be alone. But of course I'm not alone because we always have with us the live motherfucking chat. Those are all the people watching live. If you're new to the Walking Dead recaps and our discussions about them, usually we're on right after the episode airs, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
I was ready.
Joe was ready. Joe was ready. In fairness, Neil...
I conveniently didn't remind him though during the conversation that it was premiere night.
No.
I was just like, "Oh, you're tired, are you?"
Yeah,
Oh.
I was like, I wasn't feeling well. I said let's stream on Sunday, and without realizing it was the Walking Dead premiere. So ultimately, we got a voicemail from somebody. Let's start the show with listening to a voicemail.
Hey, what's up, Phil? It's Jay. I know I don't watch the show anymore, but Walking Dead had its premiere tonight, and you didn't have your after show.
Yeah, where were we?
Did you finally decide not to do it anymore?
No, we did not finally decide not to do it. We might not be doing The Walking Dead the same way we have done it before in the past after every week, but every 2 weeks when Joe has the Sunday off, we will be live after the episode airs. In all honesty, the opening night, we kind of forgot. And I think it's worth mentioning that at the start of this episode. Before we get into was this episode good, was this episode bad, what we think about The Walking Dead moving forward this season, I do want to read a little something about the premiere. Walking Dead premiere, Season 10 premiere Sunday, hit its all-time low with numbers of viewers who tuned in to watch it.
Shit.
In spite of viewership, it continues.
Who wrote this?
Some company. I think it was like Forbes or some shit. It was just a normal article. I just want to get down to the numbers here. First off, I guess they're bringing back Maggie towards the end of this season, they've announced.
Oh, because we need more numbers.
Because we definitely need more numbers.
And her show failed fucking miserably because it was fucking dumb as shit.
But Maggie's going to be back. But last night, or Sunday night's episode of Lines We Crossed only managed to reel in 4 million viewers domestically. Now,
wow, that's quite the drop.
You want to know how big of a drop, Joe? Now, this is from Deadline, I'm sorry, not Forbes. Deadline notes that this marks a 34% drop in total viewers since Season 9. And compared to Season 8 that had 11 million viewers, this drop indicates some dire circumstances.
Now, was there like a huge football game on that night?
I don't know.
No.
Week 5
it's like
week 5 of the
shittiest
season.
NFL teams that have ever been on the planet.
Okay, so we're dealing with a free fall with The Walking Dead. So it's worth mentioning that I think part of the reason why we weren't watching it because no one was watching it, or not 4 million people.
They didn't exactly pump the shit out of it in previews. I think I saw over the coming months, 2 or 3. Maybe 2 or 3.
I think if we watched Fear the Walking Dead, we would have seen more of it and let's get into the live chat here for a second.
So if we watched more shitty TV, we would have gotten to see fucking runners for fucking even worse, shittier TV. Come on. It's too much shitty TV for me to watch just to catch a fucking trailer.
100%. We're starting out right here. Yes, we've been gone for a while. We are back. We're going to be back in full rotation. I will be back again this Friday afternoon to talk about the Breaking Bad movie that's coming out as well. So if you haven't binge watched Breaking Bad, start doing that now. And Joe will be out. Joe will be with me, and we'll be out every 2 weeks to talk about 2 episodes of The Walking Dead, the last 2. And yes, Vikings is coming back for its final season, and Joe has said he will come back for Vikings. We also have Picard, which announced its premiere date coming up in January.
I'm fucking excited for.
In January, we'll be talking about Picard here as well as some roundabouts and some multi-discussions and some more movie-type stuff. So we're back. This officially marks the end of our hiatus. We'll be on one way or another once a week, everybody.
And if you're going to want, here's the thing. You're talking to, we may not look like it. I know sometimes we sound like it, and you got that big fucking board behind Phil, but you're talking to 2 of the biggest fucking Trekkies that you've ever seen. The only fucking, half of Voyager and all of Enterprise I didn't watch because, I only got so much time for shittiness in my life, and The Walking Dead has taken up most of that over the last 9 years. So
very fair.
Well, over the last 4 years.
Now, K-Rich, I'm gonna hold on to your comment. Repeat that comment later when we start getting to talk to the episode. But I don't want to set off Joe too much. But K-Rich,
that first comment, the one at the beginning of this. K-Rich, man, what fucking tension? What tension? Ooh, satellite falling. Wonder what's gonna happen. Absolutely fucking nothing. Let's squirt gun a fucking forest fire. Yeah, that'll work. That will definitely work. You might as well pull out your fucking dicks and piss on it. Squat over a fucking burning bush, Michonne, because ain't nothing else gonna fucking work. Jesus Christ. That was the stupidest fucking show. How did you get so many fucking zombies trapped in a fucking boat and you can't, and you're trying to let them up? So apparently smell doesn't fucking matter anymore because they're all just gonna come out of the boat and just walk straight ahead instead of smell the two fucking stinky bastards next to you that aren't greased up in fucking goo or nothing. Like, yes, okay, for fucking 4 seasons I complained, 5 seasons, 10 seasons I've complained, we don't see them preparing for anything. There is no preparation, they don't fucking fire drill nothing, they don't talk about nothing, they don't do nothing, and finally we see it and it's the lamest fucking shit I've ever seen. The fucking stupidest fucking failings. Like, yeah, because 12 people in a row is going to stop 1,000,000 fucking zombies. That horde of fucking zombies, Daryl saw. He's got to be looking at that line going, this is stupid. Those zombies come. You're all fucking dead. And me and dog are fucking running. Strap Judith to the back of that dog and boot the fuck out of here.
Oh, God. Okay.
So stupidest shit ever on the fucking beach. Really? Really? None of them. At least, how many times have you walked on the fucking beach, Phil, and twisted your fucking ankle just by walking on it? None of them fell? At least give us one stupid fucking death. Come on, we saw 5 fucking people take out 2,500 fucking walkers in Alexandria, but we gotta fucking form up a phalanx and teach these fucking assholes who've been living in this fucking world for well over fucking 10 years how to kill a fucking zombie? Are you fucking kidding me? Goddamn Kang, you suck! Fire you!
Okay, okay. So
You're fucking fired. You're fired. Get the fuck out of the AMC building. You no longer deserve to be here. You took one of the fucking greatest fucking graphic novels of all time and pissed all over it. One after another goddamn showrunner just squat down and took big honking shits on that book's chest.
Oh, Joe knows nothing about the shield wall, it says. Okay, so let's get into this a little bit.
The shield wall helps when you know you're in tight quarters, like on maybe the 300. But when you have infinite space around you and 1,000,000 fucking zombies that aren't gonna stop and get called back because someone goes, oh no, we're losing too many people, send in the next fucking wave. No, just send in all 100 million, 1,000,000, 100,000 fucking walkers at those 9 people holding their fucking 150-pound iron fucking shields? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
But
they'll be tired as all who have diminished fucking calorie counts. The only person on this show that's lost any weight is that new guy with the fucking beard, the Mr. I gotta save every fucking instrument in the world. Fuck my friends.
But he's got a new girl. But he's got a new girl, Joe. And okay, so if anyone wants to know, yes, we're
Negan's little fuck is gonna give fucking bitch face, a hard time. Maybe that was in the season closer. Give Lydia's kid a hard time. You're Negan's fucking man. So big deal, you fuck JSS and now you're a big fucking hero in the community? You're lucky you didn't get killed the rest of them, you piece of shit.
Joe, you see his slow motion javelin throw? It was crazy. It was
God. Are you kidding me? And yeah, that's great. Let me throw my spear out because now I'm fucking weaponless, you fucking dick. You need to hold on to your spear. You need to poke through the shields. They ain't teaching anybody anything. And why are you all getting on your knees if they're just fucking shooting arrows over your head? Why aren't they still back 50 fucking yards?
Oh my goodness.
And then run out there to the middle of nothing and go grab your fucking with nobody covering you? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That shit was written by a fucking 5-year-old.
I don't want to play it because
dang, you fired. All the writers are fucking fired. What fucking tension, Critch? What tension?
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
I didn't want to. Okay, so Joe is back. I've been keeping Joe in a cage, feeding him steaks, making him watch repeat episodes of The Walking Dead to get ready for today. So I just want to catch up in the chat a little bit. Negan said Judith, so she's got some brownie points. They need to get away from the formula, find a place villain groups want to place, offer villains to share the place, face villains, find a new place. Chalkboy, great to see you. Killmonger, great show to be watching right now. Hey, great to see Chalkboy. Great to see K-Rich. Rewatch The Wire more times than anything. Fabulous Disaster says, hello, everybody. Killmonger says, Game of Thrones isn't as rewatchable now. T. Jackson, damn, I missed you. I missed you, T. Jackson. We got Devin in the live motherfucking chat. Great to see Devin. Strangers in a Strange Land, Madman Marts. What's up, Madman? We got him who says hi to Live and Joe. We got Dart in there, live motherfucking chat. We got Linda. Hello. We got Allie. Damn, haven't been here in so long. Great to see you. I didn't mind the episode. We'll get into that in a moment. Back at it again. Yes, we're back in the game again. We got the Walking David. Lots of love to Walking David. We got Broke in the live chat. Hannibal, great to see Hannibal. Great to see everybody. Cattigat, hey, it has been a while. Dart says, I thought it was okay. Vikings trailer looked great. Negan saved Judas, so we got brownie points. And this is why I come to Phil for the fucking truth. Other Walking Dead channels, it's so hard.
Oh my God, all the fucking headlines.
I missed you guys. I love you guys. Joe's rants are legendary. And yes, Joe, to start off, before we get into this episode, I do want to mention that, and I'll throw you off to your next point here. Everybody, I've read nothing before seeing this episode, missing it on Sunday, reading everything I saw on Monday and Tuesday before I finally watched it.
Everybody praising it.
Everyone praising it, saying The Walking Dead is back. The Walking Dead is back to the same energy.
What?
Joe,
because you dropped the USSR satellite that had absolutely... It could have been a lightning strike, Phil. It might as well have been...
Okay, Joe.
Fucking lightning strike.
Joe,
It wasn't even like a new satellite. A USSR era fucking satellite that fell. Are you kidding me?
But we got okay, this is where I'll get into it with you, Joe. I guess a little bit, as before I get into a little bit of a recap of this episode. I think from a production here we go. You're like, oh, now you're gonna defend the production. From production standpoint, I do think it was improved. I didn't mind the way wait a second. I didn't mind the way that they cut it in the sectionals in the way of having each title, even though it really had no point to do that.
The chapter titles had nothing to do with
it, but I didn't mind it. I thought the way it was shot.
But why do it though? So why do it?
I'll answer that question for you. The reason why they did it was to add meaning to something that had no meaning. Because the problem that they have, if you let me
get the production sucks.
No. I think the characters suck.
Meaningless to make meaning out of something that had no meaning.
What's interesting?
There was no meaning. Period.
What's interesting here is we're gonna get to an argument on why it sucked. I still think it sucked, okay? But what I think it sucked wasn't because of the production, wasn't necessarily because of the structure of the way the episode was set. What I thought it sucked as is because I don't give a shit about any of the fucking characters. The only two characters I gave a flying fuck about all night were Carol and Daryl, and I thought their scenes were decent. I thought those carried whatever. You can roll your eyes all you want. I thought generally when they came back together, when she showed back up, that was the highlight of the episode. I thought some of the action was filmed well. I thought it was directed well. I thought some of the zombies looked interesting and some of the action was shot in a decent manner. That being said, the writing is horseshit. I don't care about these characters. There's no tension built up. In that moment at the beginning of the episode, I never felt for a half a second any of the characters were in danger. And even at the end in the fire and all of that, even though it was visually kind of neat to see that, and I didn't mind the structure of having a satellite fall down and seeing something else happen in this world that causes tension besides the stupid same old bullshit. You see something fall from the sky to cause a natural disaster, not naturally, unnatural disaster, a disaster of some sort that needs to make things threatening again. But the problem is they can't, for whatever reason, they've deballed themselves and they can't build tension, for me anyways. Maybe some people care about these fucking characters and don't want to see anyone hurt. I personally want to see them all die and the show to end. So I'm not filled with any tension because I know nothing's really going to happen till the mid-season finale. No one's going to die. Nothing ridiculous is going to happen.
As far as visually, I thought that fire scene was absolutely fucking pathetic watching them run around with fucking squirt guns, Phil. Really. Like, they'd have been better off trying to dump buckets of sand from the beach on everything. It was really kind of pathetic. It was really pathetic. That's the fucking fire brigade? Are you kidding me? Now, aside from that, like, production-wise, there was nothing special. There was nothing different about this episode. It was exactly the same as every other fucking episode there was production-wise. Horrible fucking writing, pretty decent acting, and that's about it.
I thought the editing was better. I thought the editing was better and a little snappier in the way that bounced from scene to scene, and the use of music and the Eugene baby daddy moment I thought was kind of funny.
Oh, so there was a funny joke.
It was lighthearted, and if I had
not the father, he's been making that joke since last season.
And if I had a main fucking character to give a shit about, I would have actually paid attention a little bit more, I think. But I didn't have a main character to give a shit about.
No, and here's the thing. The Carol and Daryl scenes, Okay, great. Carol's back. From what? A fucking fishing trip? She's been gone for how long? How the fuck do you know how long she's been gone for? I didn't know she was gone for anything because I don't remember her leaving last season.
There's another
Oh, wait,
time jump.
She
There's
didn't
another
leave
time.
last season. She left in the middle of the fucking seasons, so nobody knew she fucking left. So there's some big fucking reunion that nobody gives two shits about because as far as we know, they've been together this whole fucking time. Last thing we saw was, Daryl and fucking Carol Daryl was told by fucking big balls over there, I want to be alone. Will you go away? So Carol went away. Okay, great. She was gone for all of about 5 seconds of screen time. Big fucking deal. That wasn't a reunion. And then she blows off Big Ball to go fucking hang
She
out with
blows
Daryl.
off with-
I can't think of his name because
I know, Ezekiel.
honestly, who gives a shit about him, right? Like, go talk fucking king shit off to your fucking to your big boy there and have fun with it. Like, yeah, to Jerry. Like, I mean, come on. Like, just fucking stupid. Like, the whole thing. Like, right down to the zombies coming out of the fucking broke down goddamn fucking boat on the beach. Are you kidding me? That was the stupidest. Let's let out 4. Okay, good thing the zombies are cooperating and coming out 4 or 5 at a time,
Yeah,
so we can
Joe,
kill them the way we've been killing zombies for the last over 10 years now.
Joe's
what, 2 5-year jumps or some shit like?
We've got another. This jump was a little less. This was like a six month jump or something. But I would agree with you 1,000% on that opening fight. I thought that was so cheesy. I appreciate getting to see what you've been talking about for a while and wanting to see the preparations and see them go through some strategy session and learning how to fight in that context was interesting. And I understand that some of the point of that was they were in what they thought was a safer environment, a controlled environment to test things out. So there was a lack of tension there. But I thought the way it was all filmed reminded me of CW Arrow season 4 stuff, where you have like the team together and everyone's moving and and it's so choreographed, it's ridiculous, especially that part where they separate the shield wall so Judith can come out and stab someone. It was just like comically silly in a goofy way and like really set the scene in a negative sense. What I mean when I say the production's better is it's just less like hanging out and like random conversations. The editing's a little snappier. I feel like it's moving from piece to piece. I feel like Kang is correcting whatever the fuck she can in this bloody, direct, ridiculous mess. Okay, I hear that you're saying that, and I'm not going to try to argue with you because I'm not liking this show, so it's not worth the fight. But I do think some things seemed, from a production standpoint, a little improved to me. Like, you know what, Phil? I have to say you're right. I'm gonna disagree with myself here. Oh no!
And I'm gonna agree with you that in some manner of fashion the production was better because it put me to sleep a whole lot fucking quicker than it ever has in my goddamn life.
Fair.
The last time I had this much trouble sitting through an episode of television, you had me try to watch the fucking Westworld shit.
Hey, let's not get into Westworld.
Where I had to watch that
hey, I don't want to hear you talk.
For the 4th time.
Listen,
bitch.
Yeah, bitch. Aaron Paul is on that show this year, and go fuck yourself. But we'll talk about Westworld when that comes up because I'm gonna make you watch some of it again. Okay, and Joe, part of this is me trying to pick pretty hairs out of the poo. I too had trouble paying attention by the end of the episode. I kept having to rewind it and start again and rewind certain sections because I was nodding off and doing other things. You know, when you're watching something and you're just locked in, you can't help but turn it off. But then there's times when you're watching something and you can't help but not pay attention to it. You know, and you start checking your phone. You start doing other things. I was doing that in the episode, and maybe I auto-correct my mind to the simplest thing for me because I forgive a lot of shit when it comes to television programs. I can forgive shitty... I'm just saying, this is what's important to me. I can forgive story. I can forgive fucking bad production. I can forgive bad writing if I give a shit about the characters.
But can you forgive it all at once?
If I give a shit about the characters, yes.
But that's my point. How do you get to give a shit about a character if it's got bad writing, bad production,
because
bad
it doesn't
story, bad acting?
Because what I'm saying,
got a trifecta, a quadfecta
of
shit.
The difference is it has to be a show that used to have those things. And I think The Walking Dead made me care about some of these characters at a certain point in time. So I carried through. But all those characters, no, but I'm saying all those characters that I care about are all gone. Yeah. But I'm saying like a show like Heroes, for instance, just to pick it out of a hat. I cared enough about Hiro Nakamura and Sylar and all the rest that I forgave.
Until they didn't kill Sylar.
No,
until
but
they
what I'm
didn't
saying,
kill Cyber.
good, because I
Well,
like
not
this
good.
character.
Bad,
I like this character.
Stupid fucking TV trope
Okay.
that they've used a million
Fair,
fucking
but
times, and that's why that show failed, because they took such a great season 1 and they were like, TV trope.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
time.
about heroes. I'm using it as an example to my point that I still gave a shit about the characters by the end, even though the show was shit. So I followed it to the end. We could have a whole.
But in fairness, you do give a shit about shitty shows before you even have a
But
chance to care about
yeah,
characters.
But sometimes I like
i.e.
shitty shows.
Green Arrow.
Sometimes I like shitty shows. Sometimes I enjoy shitty shows. That's a different thing. I care about Dylan and Brenda and Kelly and all the rest, and I know 90210 is shit, so I'm going into it with a.
Yeah, but you were a fucking pre-pube teen when that shit
Oh,
started.
but I watched the Beverly Hills reunion
But
show, and I
it's
gave a
different.
fuck about
you
it.
have nostalgic in your fucking brain and in your heart for the pre-pube teen that you were when you used to watch that
Hey,
shit
I had
and
pube-
jerk off over fucking Donna every night.
Not
'Cause I know
Donna,
you were a
Kelly.
Donna boy.
Kelly.
I know you were a Donna
Kelly.
boy.
Kelly. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got the fucking Bridge 4 in the live motherfucking chat. Haven't seen season 9. Heard it was okay. I might get back into it, but wanted to stop in and say that you're awesome. Never stop saying you're special. Oh, you're fucking amazing, Bridge. Great to see Bridge. Awesome shit. Go check him out if you haven't already. What's up, all the live motherfucking chat? How is Jerry still fat as hell?
Because he's been eating that fucking tiger. All 6 months. He fucking dragged that shit off the battlefield. He's been eating nothing but tiger meat.
We get Nick Diaz in the live chat about to play Overwatch in a little while. Hopefully my stream doesn't fuck up this last time. So glad Phil is back. So glad to have you back, Nick. We don't want to piss you off with our anger towards The Walking Dead. He's a Walking Dead defender.
Did I see that they stuffed the tiger and put him on top of one of the fucking buildings?
I did not see that, but I
I'm
might have
pretty
missed
sure
that.
I saw that.
Are you sure?
Are
you sure that's not Tony the Tiger? Are you sure he's not passing out cereal boxes from up there or something?
No, someone else saw it out there, up on one of the roofs or on the balcony. They stuffed his fucking tiger and put it and mounted it on fucking one of the buildings.
Hashtag Tiger Beat. Someone in some of the live just said, "Hey, I like the Green Arrow." So do I. The first few seasons, I still watch it because I like Oliver, and I think Stephen Amell plays a great Arrow, even though the show can sometimes be shit. I think he's good casting in that role, and I would love to see him I would have loved to see him play the Iron Fist and have that be written differently instead of having Finn play that. And I think he could have pulled that off a little bit. And I would have cared more because of the character, even though the story was shit. And because for me, anyways, it's character first, story and everything else second. If I give a shit about the character, I forgive a lot of bullshit, Joe. But yeah, I do like shitty television. The Walking Dead is
I'm there with the real why. Why are there still zombies? We see so many of them half rotted on the ground. Most of the population was killed off right the fuck away. So much so that for like the first 2 seasons, you only come across maybe 20 fucking people in all their fucking travels. Right now, we're coming across more and more people. I guess some people who were just born, they're now at least 10, like Judith or whatever. But still, come on. Most of these zombies should be rotted on the ground by now.
Joe, I don't like picking. I don't like picking on kids, but Judith was annoying. I don't. If she becomes a main character in this season,
she's already a main character.
I know she's doing the monologue She did the fucking monologue at the beginning. Less is more with kid actors like that in a show that's supposed to be taken serious.
But she's in Star Wars. She's a real star, up and coming.
Is she in Star Wars?
Yeah, she's in the fucking movies there. The fucking
which one?
Rogue One maybe.
Oh,
she plays Little Ren.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, I can't. You stay in. Nick Diaz, who is a Walking Dead apologist, says, "Nah, Phil, I totally understand your guys' frustration with Walking Dead. Walking Dead is so fucking trash. This premiere. I don't need to." And people that are saying, are you guys watching The Walking Dead to hate watch the show? No, I went in wanting to watch. I heard 2 days of people saying that The Walking Dead was really good. I went in there wanting to like the show. And I'm coming in here.
And I didn't tell you it sucked. I just told you I fell asleep.
I'm coming here to fight the ogre here that is Joe, to try to put some positivity spin on this episode.
You can't.
And I'm trying. I'm fucking trying today.
Because Joe doesn't argue. Joe educates people. Argue.
Joe talks
Joe's
about
education.
himself. He also talks about himself in the third person sometimes. But
I know that was kind of bad.
It was bad.
Hey,
but
I only try to educate people, and when I do that, they try to argue with me.
Better.
And I'm telling you how it is. I'm telling you the truth, and I'm telling you what's real. And you argue, and not you, but you as the proverbial you, and people argue back. And I gotta tell people, they're like, stop arguing. I'm like, hey, I'm not arguing. I'm educating.
Yeah.
I'm educating.
But I got to try. I got to
It
try.
takes you. You're the ones that are arguing.
Topload Gaming says episode was awful. Satellites would collide with one another more than they would crash into the exact same spot. They could mess with them. Of course, we had to see everyone's reaction. All filler, no meat. And especially for Premiere, I do agree that it was a lot of filler, a lot of catching us up in something that Joe was saying a few minutes ago that I do have to be true about is that this episode. Sorry, Joe, you made me laugh. It lost my train of thought.
Richard's calling.
I haven't read it yet. I'll get to it. This episode, because they did another fucking time jump and they bursted it ahead again, it makes them have to play catch up in a season premiere where they should be slapping you across the face with their walking dick and being like, listen, we're back. Fuck you two hippie smelly losers. I'm going to show you why we have balls now. Let me show you. But instead, because they did a time jump, they spent the whole episode catching us up on what was going and then bringing that single event to add some tension into it because they all watched Game of Thrones and they liked the shooting star in Game of Thrones and they wanted to repeat that visual of seeing something fly across the sky and seeing everyone's reaction to it. So I think because they chose to do another time jump, a stupid another choice, and not see the human reactions to things, again, we're flashed into an 80s montage action scene and we are sucked of all emotion and they have to spend the whole episode catching us up on why we should care. But whatever.
So you're absolutely right, Phil. They should have come out swinging their fucking big dick like they actually had a dick, or a tight little skinaba on screen. Because I'll tell you, they should have immediately started with with Beta and Alpha and went, you know what? Fuck them. Bring the million zombies. What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Why are they having some? Oh, because my daughter's with you. We're not gonna fucking invade. Come on, just walk your fucking zombies through.
Yeah,
walk your fucking zombies through. You already know that their society is the old way and is doomed to fail, and you haven't done the right things. And my daughter betrayed us, and she's not my daughter anymore, and all this fucking shit. So go, show us your fucking horde. Bring it right off the bat. Boom, premiere. Fucking walk through Oceanside, all the way down the fucking coast. Show us what your fucking horde can do. You ineffective pieces of shit.
So let's go back to the live chat. Cadget says the kid is annoying. Story time with Mary Sue Grimes. Kill me now, says Santovia Major. We got K-Rich with a super chat, motherfucker. Joe's rants bounce off the shield wall. Judith again slower than the Maggie's baby pump. K-Rich, thank you so much for that super chat donation. Spin the fucking wheel, buddy. But I cannot drink booze right now if that lands on fucking drink. What do we got? Landed on everyone drink. So whatever you're holding, whether it be water, coffee, a glass of wine, some piss if that's your thing, whatever, toast it to K-Rich for that amazing super chat donation. Thank you, buddy. Huge thank you to you.
Nothing bugs people like an out of place fucking hair, dude. My hair is fixed. It does what it does. It does what it does, guys. It's been doing whatever it wants to do for 20 fucking years. I got no control, man. I got no control.
Negan in Tekken 7 is better than this show right now. I'm not joking. Top loaded, put in your time to research. Ever since season 2, they draw things out. Of course, they're going to draw it out. Remember, the governor went on for the show is bullshit. Is fucking bullshit. And let's see. Kevin's giving you some love in the live chat. You guys would get along really well. Here's fun proof. Google satellites and try to find a real picture. Okay, we got some discussions going on in the live motherfucking chat, and I love it. I missed you guys. It's great to see you guys. Cadigan says Joe just educates us with constructive criticism. That's just it. And cheers to everyone. Piss if that's your thing. You gotta call me out, Nick. I love you, buddy, but you drink some piss sometimes, and it's what you do. And I try to respect you for you. I mean, I don't get close to you when you talk, but it is your thing, man. You are fucking funny. How Stark, Phil? Are you looking forward to the season? Do you have any optimism that The Walking Dead will ever be good or great again? Honestly, no. Not in its form right now. Right now, my only hope and I hope it surprises me. I think there'll be some decent episodes, some decent arcs, as there are generally in the last few seasons. I think, unfortunately, Negan's probably going to be a highlight point of this season because Jeffrey D. Morgan is at least fun to watch on screen. Not the character of Negan in the way it's portrayed, but Jeffrey D. Morgan at least fills up screen time, and by episode 4 or 5 of this season, he will be the star of this show. I said it for 2 years now, but now since they killed Rick Grimes, absolutely, by the episode 4 or 5, this will be completely Negan is the star of the show. Oh, not killed. I'm sorry. Moved Rick Grimes on. Moved him to his movie. And he'll probably be back for whatever the last season of this is. The movie will probably bring him back into the story somehow to close out this pile of shit. But I do think Jeffrey D. Morgan will be the star of the show when this season is done.
And I'm with Carol, man. Go get that fucking deer. We all agreed not to cross their lines. Are you fucking kidding me? You didn't agree with them that there were lines. They cut off we didn't want to start a war. They cut off 10 people's heads, you cocksuckers. They started a fucking war. We don't want to start anything by crossing the borders that these fucking people set up for us. What?
Oh my goodness, it's great.
They cut off 10 people's fucking heads. Okay, we'll just let them leave.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking what everyone's drinking. Someone's drinking piss, someone's drinking close to piss, something's drinking, oh god.
Dude, we're all drinking piss if we watched this fucking program, especially if you're playing, dude, 39% viewer drop for a fucking premiere means canceled. We're not even going to finish the rest of your season as far as every other show on the goddamn planet
Walking Dead is not going anywhere. AMC is not going to drop The Walking Dead.
And that makes no sense. They're beating a dead horse. Listen, 39% drop off for a premiere means you're canceled. In any other fucking show in the world, you go from 11 million to 4 million
in 2 years.
Views.
In 2 years,
yep. You're gone. You're done. You're all fired. Pack up your shit. We're not putting any more money in this.
Joe,
sponsors aren't gonna be buying time
Joe,
anymore.
is it time?
Nobody's watching. Nobody's gonna buy Colgate because they saw it on the fucking Walking Dead. Even if they do all have prettier teeth than me.
Joe, is it time for us to call AMC again? It already got renewed for season 11. I forgot to mention.
I know it did. I know it did. I know you're right. I know that it's not going to go anywhere. They're starting a second fucking spinoff where some other hack fucking showrunner that was probably fired or moved on from this show already once. Gimple's little pimple bursting all over fucking AMC's ass. Are you fucking kidding me? God, it's ridiculous. You want a show with balls? AMC wants a show with balls? Fucking call me. I will give you a zombie show. You can even tag it with a Walking Dead that's got some fucking balls. And by balls, I don't mean dangly things between your legs. I mean fucking fastballs by fucking Cy Young pitchers and shit right at your fucking head. Because the shit that you're fucking giving us is fucking crap. They're fucking, you're not pitching balls over the plate. You're rolling them like you're bowling, bitches. Come on. He ain't hitting any strikes. It's all in the gutter. In the gutter.
Joe's been writing down this shit in preparation for today. Like I said, I've been keeping Joe in a cage, telling him not to talk to anybody about anything. Go find the truth yourself. I like Joe's new name, Dr. Gimple Pooper. Dr. Gimple Popper. Okay, so I guess, Joe, I know you don't even want to do this. I know you're like, oh, do we have to go over this fucking shit?
I've never run a goddamn thing in my life, and I could run this show better. I could write it better. Give me writers that can write. I'll give you the ideas to write. And when you give me some shit that you put up on screen like you do, believe me, I will fucking shove it down your throat and grab you by the belt buckle and toss you out a fucking window. Never mind the door. You got to go. Those writers got to go. Kang should not have a fucking job. I'm telling you, she did not do anything different than the last showrunners have done. The directors, I know, Phil, you said something about the production, but I got to tell you, the directors, they all suck. They all suck. Why would you ever let Judith run out in the middle of a fucking field of zombies? Okay, Phalanx, let out the child warrior.
At least you knew how to zigzag run. But Joe, let's get into this right now.
Oh, snap, Tolman.
Recap. Okay. So let's get into the recap of this episode so we can get Joe to bitch about more of it. And I like to announce this when I do it because this is part of the reason why I maybe enjoyed this episode more than some, because I didn't have to take notes because we did this 2 days after the episode, so I can just go to xblog.com and steal their recap. You know, steal.
Dude, I would shoot myself in the face if you ever made me take notes for this show specifically. I have a hard enough time doing it like for like Game of Thrones, watching and actually
or Better
taking
Call.
notes.
I think you and Kate like took notes a couple times for Better Call Saul and stuff, and you're like, I hate this. This is awful.
Dude, I can't pay attention
It's
and
tough.
write shit down.
It's tough. It makes me miss a lot, and so getting to sit back and watch this episode let me look at it for the first time in a couple of years, so maybe that's why I thought the production was better, because I wasn't watching it like this.
Yeah, you were, because you had your phone out.
It's true. It's true. I was like, but I kept rewinding it because I should have kept watching it. Oh my goodness. Preach, Joe, in the live chat. Now, here we go. Joe must be, we're both from Boston, Kev. And I can do it too, dude. I get the fucking accent when I want it
When
to.
I start yelling, it just, there's no Oz in my game. Any Boston person that gets mad, every bit of their accent comes out. It's part of the rage. It's part of the part of the what do the Samoans do when they do this shit and they fucking dance all around before they come kill you?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing. Boston, once you hear all the R's drop out of every fucking thing they say, you know you're in trouble.
yeah, fucking dude. But the real question is, what did Joe think? Oh no, I think we
already know what Joe's.
What did Joe think? Was it good?
Joe pretty much doesn't have anything else to say. Like the only last thing I guess I could say is, why haven't they all learned sign language? You have the perfect two people there to be teaching classes to every single motherfucker there, because isn't silence golden in this fucking land? Especially if you're not in town. Fucking everybody should be communicating as often as possible with this sign language shit. Not just Daryl trying to fumble through fucking 5 goddamn fucking words to who should be his girlfriend.
Will be by the end of the season. But he was ditching her for like Carol time. I don't know.
Well, they're friends, and that's what fucking balls you don't understand. Like, you'll get it. You'll get it. Like, they're friends, dude. They're friends. That's a platonic thing.
Yeah,
they have an interesting abuse history.
I would go as far to say that they're family beyond.
They're
friend.
family. Yes, they're family.
They're the only family that we really have left on that show until Maggie would come back, I guess. I agree. Maybe people would include Rosita and Eugene into that list, but when I think about the and Michonne as well, Michonne would be included in that as well. That whole group, but the ones I care most about that are left, because I already know Michonne's leaving by the end of the season. She's telling anyway. She's telling
another big surprise exit that we're all going to be. That was so intense.
She can't wait to tell everyone she's leaving, because she's like, make sure you cast me, because I don't want to be stuck in this fucking shit.
I'm a fucking movie star now. I'm out of here, bitches.
Yeah. Get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, exactly. I could be a movie star right now.
Didn't she like write or direct something recently too?
Yeah, she's got a lot on the horizon that she wants to get the flying fuck out of this horseshit show. And you can see
this was her leap, and she made it. Yeah. She made it.
What about
she landed the best character she could possibly land, like on a TV show for her. Michonne, there was almost nothing better going at the time for any actor
to get on that show. Yeah, and it was
right.
It was pretty fucking awesome. But Joe, it is training day. Everyone's gathering on the beach. Judith kills a walker. Ezekiel has an abandoned ship. Walkers come up and are quickly shot with arrows. Oh, and this is our
know what it's like to have your shit pushed back in.
You don't.
Training day.
You don't say the quote. You don't say where it's from, Joe. You let everyone. Oh, training day. Yeah, that's true. And this first section is called training day. So it begins. What it's like to get your shit pulled back in. What did you think about the whole episode starting out by being in space? Did you think we were about to start the episode of Babylon 5 or something? Was that at least an interesting?
Fucking stupid. It was obvious what it was. It was a satellite falling. Most of the satellites should have fallen. Those things have to be constantly readjusted in orbit to stay in fucking orbit. Like they've been crashing into, you know how much fucking debris is out there? They've been crashing into each other, falling out of the sky. There are thousands of those fucking things, small ones and big ones up in space.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, yes, Jay's in the live chat. Yeah, Maggie is coming back by the end of the season. So the episode begins as we see the satellite hurling towards the Earth from outer space.
Trish is on a fucking tear today.
Yeah.
Started right out with they built tension. And now the
No, I
cultural
think
appropriation shit.
I think you guys are both tugging on Superman's cape in this situation. Following that prologue, the plus size hours was broken down in 7 parts, each with its own title. That's what we're gonna break up in this recap that this person wrote for me. Training day. Our heroes are now armed with the medieval weaponry you'd expect in Vikings or Game of Thrones at a rummage sale, and they practice fighting against the walkers from the ghost ship that's washed ashore at Oceanside. There was never really any danger, but this writer says some good stuff about the production here. Afterwards, it appears that we see Luke, the Balls of Steel guy, and thank you to this person writing this article for helping me learn the names of these characters because I really don't give a shit.
Who the fuck's Luke?
Luke is Balls of Steel guy. He bumps into that girl whose name is Jules, who becomes very obvious that, hi, I have a crush on you and I'm flirting with you. And then within all of that,
Is Luke? Wait. Luke is the musician guy.
yeah, the Balls of Steel guy, the guy from the yes.
Oh, right. Okay. Balls of Fury.
Fury, yeah, not Steel, Fury. So then Judith finds a whisper mask is the big thing that comes from this section. Now, was that the mask that, just to connect this in the scene, because I didn't pick it up at the time, but I'm thinking about it now, because I thought it was really stupid when they did it.
Yeah,
but
that
maybe
he was
not.
skinning last season. That they
No,
never ended up using.
was it when Michonne cut down one of the walkers, she sliced the face, was it slicing off the mask? Was that actually a whisper she killed?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think we saw any whisperers or anything.
Because there was...
They know better now. They know to run.
No, because that was part of the point of the episode, that one of the Whisperers has crossed over the lines that were set up.
No, that shit was old. That was their old fucking campsite.
Who knows? I'm saying I have to watch the episode again to see if that slow motion moment.
Maybe it was Whisperers that were running away from the Whisperers. Like, and that's just it. That didn't build any tension for me. It looked like an old abandoned.
I'm not saying build.
It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months, right? It's not like it's been fucking 10 years that this shit should have rotted away. It's a piece of leather that's been tanned, that's been thrown on a fucking bush, and there's obviously a
What
campsite.
I'm asking is, was that the same Walker face that Michonne sliced off? Was that the point of showing us that in slow motion? Because they paused on Michonne killing.
They showed us that in slow motion because it was cool. She sliced somebody's fucking face off.
Mm.
She's swinging her blade around like a fucking badass.
Okay, I didn't think it was cool. I thought it was lame that they paused that for. I would have rather see her in real time slash the shit out of that thing. I didn't like the slow motion pause, and I thought there was maybe a story reason why they did that. That a single whisper was mixed in, and
it was a foreshadow.
Fair enough.
It was a visual foreshadow for us that they were going to find a face later in this episode.
And
remember, everybody, the mask people are out there. See, Michonne just cut one off. We know that's what we're training for. Everybody, okay, you get it? Oh, look, we found one. Like, that's exactly what that was. It was spelled out for the fucking morons out there who still think this is a good show. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry, Joe. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then Aaron radioed Gabriel back in Alexandria, which suggests the community go into lockdown in case the Whispers were back. Michonne reluctant to start the panic. Yep.
I just gotta say, and for what it's worth,
Aaron was awesome in this episode.
If you still think this is a good show, and I just called you a moron, you are obviously not a moron because you're here watching a good show.
No, I don't know about that.
And an intelligent show, a show that brings up great points, great commentary, with great interaction from a large community of very intelligent people who are outside, who are the outliers to that moron.
Yeah, we know what you're saying. We know what you're saying. Okay.
I love you, babe.
So I love you. I love you. Did you say I love you, babe? Okay.
Babes. I would never use the bay. I pronounce everything but ours.
In fairness. So I do have to say one character that I enjoyed a lot in this episode was Aaron. He seemed to be one of the only people making sense. He sounded like Aaron, the dude.
I want to go kill everybody.
Yeah, why aren't we killing anybody? Why are there rules? Why aren't we killing everybody? Can I kill everybody now? Please, can we kill everybody? I forget he had a couple.
Sick of being the nice guy.
Yeah.
Let's go kill some motherfuckers.
I thought if anyone had a great episode that I really liked in this episode, and he makes a lot of sense, and I wish he was on a different show with characters I cared about is Aaron. I think that actor is bringing a lot to the table, but gave a really awesome performance in that episode last night, and he was memorable for me the next day. Like I'm remembering the look on his face and him be like, "You're gonna fucking kill some motherfuckers." Like he made a difference last night, Joe. And yeah, I'll fight for Aaron here against you if he was my piece of popcorn I found in a turd. I still watch this show, but I don't watch The Walking Dead because you two are awesome. Oh, Jay, I love you. You're fucking awesome. And Dart says, you're right, Joe. I'm a glutton for punishment. These two are awesome together. Oh, thank you, Kev. Great to see you. Great to have you popping in here. And it's been too long since Joe and I talk. Joe and I never talk in reality unless we're doing the show. We totally don't have impromptu podcasts in my kitchen. That
Never.
It never happens.
And whenever we're done, we're never like, oh, we should have
recorded that. Yeah, it's nothing. So I have to say thank you to all the people that have stuck with us and are tuning in today, and all of our patrons and all of the love we get, even though we've been on a break. We can get into the reasons, but I'll get more into reasons in a private podcast. The point is, we're back now. Committing at least to doing a podcast a week, and Joe will be with us at least every 2 weeks on the Walking Dead cast on Sunday, and coming up with a lot more shows coming up soon. So blah-bitty bloobity blah blah. We missed you guys. We love you guys. We've been talking about you guys even though we've been off the air. So it's about finding the time, and we're glad we have time to do this today. Anyways, so let me continue into this horse shit. I like Aaron in this episode. He was fucking awesome. That's it. That's all I'll have to say. And I thought Michonne again gives a good performance in all of her moments on screen. I just think they're
kind of stale. They're wicked
but
stale.
I think it's because of how they write her character.
Exactly.
But I think she never gives a bad performance. Same with Daryl and Carol. I think all the main Walking Dead people.
I really gotta say, this is. I'm gonna start disagreeing with that
Do
because
it.
It's as good as I want to say all their acting is. There is zero range for any of them. All the emotion is bullshit at this point. How can you actually have any emotion left for when people die? Like, they die, dude. They die faster and more furiously and right in front of you with their blood spraying in your mouth on a fucking weekly basis in this life.
Joe, did you watch The Fast and the Furious this morning?
I don't think I've ever watched Fast and Furious.
Sorry,
this morning, actually, I went to put on Clue, and instead I put on an absolute stinker of a fucking movie, The Black Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, the stupupid fucking Sansa
it's Sansa
Phoenix.
movie? I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh, my God.
Bad.
One scene that's got what's his name, Fassbender in it, right?
Yes.
They young him down like they try to do it, like they're doing with Gemini movie that's coming out, it just looks fucking stupid. You spent how much money on this fucking movie, and the CGI you.
Do you know why
just fucking trash?
The problem is they did it with Robert Downey Jr. and it looked pretty good because it was in there for like a second. And they've also done it with speaking of Westworld, there's a moment where they do it with Anthony Hopkins that looks really cool too. But again, they're like momentary reasons, like having to carry it through as more character or having extended scenes with it. It becomes problematic with that stuff.
I think it was only one scene that I saw him having a conversation with Beast, and I was like, oh my God, They because of how bad they made Fassbender look young, like when they put the camera on Beast, he looked like shit too in the CGI for some reason. Like they were like, if we don't fuck up the way Beast looks here, Fassbender's gonna look that much worse.
Now, if you're watching this live, make sure you timestamp this for Joe's review of The Dark Phoenix.
Oh God, it was fucking trash. It was the biggest trash fucking X-Men movie there was. Period. Hell, even Deadpool or what is it, Fuckface 11 or whatever, 10, the from the Wolverine movie.
Oh yeah,
Ryan Reynolds' first Deadpool.
Oh, the Wolverine Origins.
Still better. Than
You're saying that Wolverine Origins was better than this.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Okay, I can't wait to watch it then.
Yes. Hands fucking down. Liev Schreiber was fucking great.
Yeah.
That fucking
story.
Liev Schreiber's fucking.
Do you know who did that movie? I believe that's one of the Game of Thrones guys. I believe that's David.
It was good. I liked it. I actually really liked that movie. Liev Schreiber, I can't think of Sabretooth was so much better than the original Sabretooth, even though the original Sabretooth looked more like the original Sabretooth.
Okay, well,
right?
Let's do an X-Men.
Anyway.
In the future, let's do an X-Men movie podcast. I'm down for that.
All of them.
All of them.
We'll go through them all.
We'll go through them all.
X-Men universe.
Yeah. I'm down to do that.
Idea.
That's a good idea. Next week maybe. Top Load Gaming, acting isn't really going to save the show. Joe, write that down or something like that. Write that down to remind me. Like, text me that right now. Acting isn't going to save this show. Whatever happens is the entire plot, and nothing happens. If it does, it's 3 minutes and ends in a cliffhanger. No wonder why Michonne's leaving the show. And let's go. Wolverine Origins was better than this, and Origins was ass. Also, Benioff did Origins. Thank you. That's who it was. But yeah, Joe, definitely text me that right now. And we got Tom himself in the live chat. You motherfucker. So Aaron radio's Gabriel back in Alexandria. We see a flash of that. And they go into lockdown in case the Whispers are back. Michonne, reluctant to start a panic, instead advises that they remain on alert. She's heading up a search party to look for signs that the Walker skin-wearing psychopaths that were in the area again. While Luke and Alden go in one direction, Yumiko and Magna go in another direction. Michonne took off with Aaron, who's wounded, and asks this question, who are the good guys, and recognizes that someone else is the villains in some story. And this is, again, in threat to pull Joe's cape here and make Superman go crazy on me here and X-ray vision my brain. I didn't mind this discussion with Aaron and Michonne. Again, it's two actors that actually can hold down a fucking scene, and I thought that writing was decent with the, let's look at this. They didn't go anywhere. They didn't use it as a parallel to what was going on in the episode to have a deeper meaning behind it. But again, like The Walking Dead likes to do, they like to piss eloquence on something to make themselves seem smarter than they are. And I thought this was a well-written sort of line where, well, we're the enemies in their perspective, and it's I don't mind that kind of stuff when it works, and I thought it worked relatively well with Michonne and Aaron.
I sent you one, and then I scheduled one for tomorrow, and I scheduled one for the next day to automatically go out to you.
Okay, good. So we will remember doing this.
I want to do that podcast.
That would be
fun.
fun.
A lot I could say about a lot of those movies.
No,
we're hear some good rants and some bad rants and some fucking fucked up rants.
We got to do more. We got to do. And we'll get back to The Walking Dead in a second. We got to do more podcasts like that where we take a topic like
the genre. We got to do all the Avengers, all the Iron Men,
100%. That's coming. So. To fill our podcast a week quota here.
Green Lantern was better than fucking Dark Phoenix, dude.
Who the fuck is an Alden? Hey, he's that dude. He's the dude that kissed Enid, right? That's that dude's name, Aiden or Alden, Aiden, whatever the fuck his name is. Oh, we got
the Negan dude that was in prison that fucking Enid.
Yes.
After the time jump.
Yep. We got.
It was all like, oh. Wah, your mama fucking attacked us and now you're a little bitch. Dude, you're a Negan cohort. Get the fuck out of here. You'd be lucky we don't fucking kill you right now still because you were fucking with Negan, you piece of shit.
You should, Jay, we can't do that anymore. They discontinued Google Hangouts. Nightmare on Elm Street podcast. I'm down for that too. Horror movie podcasts and stuff. We could do a Nightmare on Elm Street and a Friday the 13th combination podcast for Halloween. So remind me about that broke in Discord. That's a good thought. Okay, so after all of this, we get Aaron, the good guy's bad guy speech. Michonne says, "I don't give a shit about the Whispers." Succinctly put, when Aaron spotted some walkers on a bridge, he rides off and he kills them, crossing Alpha's border and not giving a shit. He didn't care. He's tired of pretending he was the good guy. Eric's dead. Jesus is dead, and I'm goddamn sick of being a nice guy. Michonne said, "Being nice never got me anywhere," but said we have to be smart and. The Whispers have a nuclear weapon. What the fuck was she talking about?
The million fucking zombies.
Oh,
100,000 zombies.
Oh,
That's a nuclear fucking weapon. That's what I'm talking about.
I forgot about
Your little
that.
shield fucking wall ain't gonna do shit when that comes marching through. Unless you have the goddamn straits of fucking 300 where you can only fit 20 men across.
Or
Are
the
you
Erie,
kidding
yeah.
me?
Or the Erie or
and
something.
it's not like you have 300 either. You got fucking... And you're not Spartans. You're fucking malnourished, fucking stupid, fat, old, half-broken fucking people carrying 75-pound fucking iron shields. Those got to be at least 70 pounds. Like, at least 70 pounds of metal in their hands. And boy, who the fuck welded them? The blacksmith, the old guy, didn't he die with his wife? Isn't he dead? Who the fuck welded
They
these
learned.
fucking things?
They learned from encyclopedias over the course of a week.
Oh yeah, they got that book. That book from that lady 3 fucking seasons ago that we haven't seen since.
Wasn't that Tashi? No, not Tashi. I was someone different. Okay, so the minute they're getting ready to leave, but we have to choose the good guys. And right the minute they start to question that is when the answer starts to change. The scariest, they find the skin mask shortly overheard. Judith's telling RJ the story of their father's heroic death, and the satellite comes down and crashes in. The next section is called
Thank you, dwarf. Thermopylae.
The next section is called Bird Wisdom. From there, we flash back to Michonne and Aaron's radio talk with Gabriel and the time he stayed in Alexandria, where we see the montage of Eugene as Mr. Mom, taking care of Rosita and Sadiq's daughter, and he also tries to get a peek of Rosita breastfeeding at some point in time, which was a kind of a funny joke. And she's like, "Come on, Eugene," and whatever. It makes me miss what's his name, Abe, a little bit more, like seeing these two interact. I'm like, oh, I miss Cutlass.
Didn't Eugene start spelling? Well, I forget if this, because I watched the episode right before, like the finale. Like Eugene spouted off a bunch of shit, and fucking Negan's like, "Have I missed the fuck out of you, Eugene, and that pretty mouth of yours."
Wow, that
was a funny line. I liked that.
Well, there, Joe. That was actually a really good Negan. You should do your Negan impression more.
Boy, you sure do got a Eugene mouth.
Well, Joe, the intellect stimulating negative power lets me talk to you. we have to recreate a Negan and Eugene scene. I like that. Emergency, Joe's off button is broken in the middle of a recap. I just got here in time. I believe Earl Sutton lived in raising that baby that belonged to the Whisper Lady. Hey, STE, great to see you. Great to see Ian thrown in the live chat. We are back. Yes, we are back. It's great to be babbling to all of you awesome folks again and getting into this episode of The Walking Dead. Eugene, you better... so off to his talk with Michonne and Aaron. Gabriel kicked a struggling... Oh, yeah, Lydia's in there. This is one thing I said about this episode in my personal notes, that we made sure we checked in on everybody. I mean everybody. They didn't skimp on that shit. I wish they did that when I cared about all the characters, because... There was times in some season premieres in previous seasons where we had 5 or 6 characters I gave a shit about and wanted to know what the characters were doing, and we just focus on one character. In this episode, we made sure we had a moment with everyone. Lydia had her moment in school.
I thought it was dumb.
I thought that was awful. I thought it was done awful because I don't care about these fucking people. I can't say that enough. And I know someone's watching this going, "Then turn off the fucking show. Turn fucking do fucking watch this." Like,
they should have done Carol on the fucking boat. And that's it for the entire fucking episode.
Yeah, and she bumps into...
They should have done a phone. That way we would have known she was gone for however many weeks.
I wouldn't have even minded a Maisie Williams cameo there. You know, her bumping in the water.
Right?
You know, just fucking do it. Okay, drinking game. Rewind and take a shot every time Joe says, "Are you kidding me?"
What's Westeros? Fucking The Walking Dead.
The Walking fucking Dead, dude. Way west of Westeros. Eugene, you're better than that. Why are folks giving... Okay, so then we get the scene. Then we get into Negan here. Gabriel, they get in. They have a meeting talking about the community leaders. And we've seen Negan being well guarded by a gardener. And he's hanging out with Alpha's daughter. And they're both pariahs in kindred spirits and hanging out together. Joe, what'd you think of the Negan in the episode?
Dude, he's a fucking picking tomatoes. He made me laugh when he said, "Oh, how I missed Eugene." If that was in that episode, I can't remember if it was that one or the before, and I think it was like the week before. I think it was when they were caught in the fucking in the cabin that ends up blowing up. But either way, he's not as annoying because they don't give him as much screen time. He doesn't have as much dialogue time. One of the things that I hated about Negan so much was the fact that he had these 20... If you take the first however many, like 2-3 seasons, until Negan gets fucking put in jail cell, right? And even then, if you just take all the Negan talk, it's going to be 70% of your fucking airtime. And it's all going to be the repeated same fucking dick swinging sentences. Like, horrible, horrible fucking writing and horrible fucking storytelling when that's the case.
Hickory dickory dock, Joe. I'm gonna stick my cock because we got the pee pants in time. Everyone putting on their shitting pants again? Because I'm back. And I love how he threw in his one line in this episode about he's okay in this mode for now. They had to have him say that, where last season, most of the time we saw Negan, he was completely broken. It seems, if we're reading into it or reading into the performance at all, I think he's not up to something. He's waiting for his opportunity again to make a move of some sort, whether that's going to be in control of Alexandria or protect these people, protect some of the kids, because Negan likes kids. Remember, everyone, Negan likes kids. He's a good guy. Like, he connects well with kids because he's a good guy. Now everybody remember.
Yeah. I'm sorry, 5 years solitary with only an hour visit every day, or someone throwing a sandwich under his cage, even if he does get to listen at the window, this dude would be fucking nuts. This dude would be absolutely fucking nuts, talking to himself in the fucking corner. I'm sorry. He would be. I'm sorry. Like, 5 fucking years in solitary confinement with only one person to talk to, the fucking Father Gabriel or Michonne, once a fucking day. This dude would be out of his fucking mind.
But he got magic.
He would weigh all of about 2 fucking pounds. He would be pissing and shitting himself constantly, talking to himself in the fucking corner, and making zero fucking sense. You want to make someone crazy? You really want to do it? You really want to torture someone? Lock them in a room for fucking 4 days and don't talk to them and don't let them communicate with anybody. Watch how fucking crazy they are when they come out. You will see a broken fucking... You won't see a broken person. You will see an absolutely debilitated fucking shell of a human being.
Yeah.
Anybody that's been in fucking jail, not jail, prison, will tell you the last thing you fucking want is solitary, unless you're about to be raped by the fucking whatever gang, prison gang, the guards, butt fucked in the fucking janitor closet.
We've seen it, Joe. We've all seen Oz. Okay, we've all seen Oz. Okay, so Negan's well guarded. Blah 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 blah. Speaking of prison, and the worst, how they can make that worse is put a giant television screen with the last 3 seasons. The last 3 seasons of The Walking Dead repeated up. Yeah, they all leveled up. Exactly, Joe. They all leveled up. So
that's Travis. That's Travis LaBelle.
Oh, Travis. Gotta give. Oh, Travis. Great to see Travis in the live motherfucking chat. Okay, so Sadiq was caring for Coco when flashbacks indicate that he was suffering some post-traumatic stress from everything. He's a walking nightmare, was only interrupted by his pal Dante, who appears to be another doctor, who's a much more like bro dude doctor. He's like, we're like gods here, dude. We're like totally the doctors.
Oh god, that dude. Are you kidding me? You're fired. You're fired.
Dude,
you're fucking fired.
But dude, we're like
Pick
totally
a new doctor. I'm
doctor.
gonna cut your fucking hands off. You come at me with that god shit, watch how quick I punch you in the throat.
All the girls want me. I'm a fucking god here, dude, because I was a medical assistant in the fucking proctology department when growing up.
You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. You ain't taking fucking lab coaches. You're passing out fucking Tylenol and putting fucking cold rags and hot packs on people. Maybe a splint. You ain't performing no fucking surgery.
Listen,
are you
dude,
fucking god?
I'm the
god?
fucking cool, I'm like a god here, man.
Dude, you're wearing a white fucking coat. Dude, whatever that dude, Dr. Baby Daddy, father is the father, should have beat that dude's ass right in that fucking room. Say you're a god one more fucking time, and I will show you how much of a god you are not, motherfucker.
But man, totally, dude. Okay, I get you.
Dude,
I get you.
Dude, I would have fucked that dude right the fuck up. Call yourself a god one more time. I would have hit him with a fucking chair. Hit him with every chair in my fucking house. I would have bounced him off every wall and thrown him out every fucking goddamn window, dragged him back in just to throw him out another goddamn fucking window. Come at me with that god shit one more time. Say it one more time.
But I'm pretty fly for a doctor guy. Thank you. Thank you, Ian. That's good. Okay, that was fucking cringe. I'm sorry. Dude is the kind of doctor that makes the chicks take their tops off for eye exams. What are you guys sipping on water right now, actually? Okay, so Dr. Dante, who appears to be another doctor, as the time went on, Gabriel finds Negan in his cell, and he's like, why are you going back to your cell early? I thought you treasure your outside time. And Negan says, people are going to hate me eventually, and when all the shit starts going down...
It's institutionalized. That's his fucking room, dude. He's going home. He's going to bed. He's going to take a nap. He was out in the fucking garden in the hot sun all day long picking tomatoes. Of course he's going to take a nap. I got my tomatoes right here. Go take me a nap now.
So Gabriel is like, dude, we're fine. And the preacher, he ignores...
He does make a good point.
What's he say?
when he's talking to someone here about I forget exactly, but I think this is the actual conversation when he's talking about just like you got you need to lie to him. He's like, oh, so you want me to lie to them? And Negan's like, well, not really lie. It's not really lying. Like, you're kind of lying that you got this guy walking around as my guard. Because you know I could fucking kill him. I could kill him in a fucking heartbeat. But it makes everybody feel safer. It makes everybody... I ain't running away, and I ain't going to kill anybody. And y'all know that. Because I would have already. I came back. I ran away without killing anybody, and then came back on my own. Judith even helped me bring me back. Like, I ain't going anywhere, but it makes everybody else here feel safer if you put a guard on me. That's what he's talking about. And he makes a good point there that they do need to do something like that to and this whole training thing, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's a good point too. But you know, he makes a valid point here to Father Gabriel.
Right. There's, again, setting up more reasons for him to become leader eventually when shit goes down. So, which translated to saying Gabriel should lie to make people feel more secure than they actually were. And right as everything is reaching ahead, as Gabriel starts to maybe think about taking him up on some of his suggestions, we see the satellite whiz overhead and it crashes down. Our next section is called Sea Dogs. On the beach, we see... see all these people I don't give a shit about. No, we see Kelly and Connie, and this is where they have that moment where we're going back and forth about the
sisters going deaf.
Yeah, the sign language thing, which we talked about earlier.
Congenital, it runs in the family.
Yep, and I thought it was a good scene between the two of them. And it's then we see Daryl and Dog come over, and we see Daryl and Kelly give a little hairy eyeballs to each other to imply that they're going to be hooking up by the end of the season. And then Daryl's working hard to learn sign language, and she says it's not bad, but he signs with a southern accent, which I thought was a funny line. And then Carol arrived from the fishing expedition, and she and Ezekiel have an awkward interaction, and then she walks right past him to go to Daryl, and Daryl and her walk off, where they talk about Maggie for a second to remind us about Maggie because she's coming back by the end of the season. And
I wonder if that's actually really a thing.
What's that?
The signing with a southern accent.
No.
People talk with their hands. Italians talk with their hands, right? People talk with their hands. How you pronounce your words has, like, we trail off, we leave out ahs, right? So maybe with our hands we trail off on the end of certain words when we sign language, being from Boston. I don't know. I'm wondering if that is an actual thing. Like, if you can tell someone might be Italian by the way they use their hands in their sign language, where things might not, like a perfect J as opposed to, like, you know, like. In
fairness, I think it would probably be more with lip reading but I think with sign language it's probably more, if you learn it, it's more about consistency. But I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Like, I don't know. I'm just wondering if that is actually.
But
like
no,
real thing.
No, it'd be an interesting, as Kevin was saying, an interesting concept to think about that. And it was a fun back and forth between the two of them. And he. So Carol and him are walking around. They mentioned Maggie. Daryl suspects that Carol was searching for Alpha to go fuck him up, and she's like, "No, I've just been fishing. I'm just chilling. I'm just calm because I'm not gonna have a moment later in this episode where I get my Rambo look on my face and I'm gonna go all Jamie Lee Curtis on Mike Myers on this Alpha girl at some point in time." And this feels like Lex with Smallville. Oh, Maggie is going to be back. Maybe Rick will be back for the last episode. The show is over. It should die and be rebooted on Netflix or the Premium channel, not AMC. And it should come back. If it comes back like that, it should come back.
They should hire Frank Darabont to do it all over again.
Maybe occasionally. What I think, and I've talked about it before, what I think The Walking Dead should do is go off the air for a few years, come back on Netflix or Amazon or something as a Tales from the Crypt kind of episode where you have Daryl Dixon.
The webisodes.
But I think you can even have it more organized where you have Norman Reedus as Norman Reedus hosting the fucking show and being like, hey guys, today we're going to watch this or something like that, or having some sort of character in the world be a different character every week or something, a different one of the main early actors every week
a story
hosting
from their past, focus things
or whatever, like some way of organizing it into a
organizing it.
organizing it into like a Tales from the Crypt kind of show with a crypt keeper of some sort. I think that would be the best thing that could happen to The Walking Dead in focusing on webisodes and short content rather than long form seasons, because I think there is enough to mine there. They just need to make people hungry for it again and take it away for a while. And
they're not going to make anybody hungry for it again. And I think they're absolutely fucking daft in the fucking head. The reviews that Fear has been getting the last couple of seasons, The Walking Dead, and then they say, let's start a third fucking show.
Oh, no, they're payoling people right now to talk positive about this season.
They are paying big time for it.
Payola big time.
You go on your phone, you pull up your little Google shit. If you got that newsfeed crap,
Walking Dead is
there's
back.
nothing but good talk. Not a single criticizing voice in those fucking
They
articles.
mix in a one or two. I've been reading a lot of them.
To like 10.
To like one or two comments like maybe blah 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 blah. But no one. And again, I'm not saying
no one talks the truth.
No one's talking the truth, Joe. I agree.
Dude, you want to give me some fucking money, AMC? I'll talk some glowing bullshit at these people.
Oh yeah, well we're totally.
I will change my tune and throw me some fucking cash, bitches.
We are completely bribable, AMC.
Not true. Not true.
No, we'll take
like
it.
I said, pay me, and I'll tell you how to fix your shit.
Yeah, no.
I won't sugarcoat your shit.
I could find the right payola for Joe to make him say he loved this shit.
How much would it take for me to say
I don't know.
For me to give a great glowing true to
I would love to see you as a guest.
Oscar performance.
I would love to see what would happen if you were actually a guest on The Talking Dead.
I will bring this with me, and I will hit that motherfucker right across the face. Right across the face. Which motherfucker? All the motherfuckers. Kang if she's there, Chris for fucking hosting me. I will take my hammer and I will bash their fucking teeth in.
Guys, let's start a petition here. Get Joe on The Talking Dead. I want to see this. I want to see this. And then we'll simultaneously start another petition. Get Joe out of jail. So let's start two petitions. Two petitions.
I would never hit anybody with a hammer.
Again. So, Chrissy, great to see Chrissy.
I've never hit anybody with a hammer.
Again.
No, that was I have never.
Okay, I've never have I ever. We play Never Have I Ever now. So, oh my goodness.
Put John Wick on their ass. I'll shove a pencil in their face.
Okay. You want to see a magic trick? You're gonna
coming at you.
I thought you were gonna go all Joker and want to do a magic trick and like slam the guy on the fucking pencil.
Oh right, he did the pencil thing.
The pencil trick, yeah, the magic trick. Okay, sorry. So let's continue with the fucking Walking Dead. So Daryl suspects some shit, but no, she's been out in a boat, and Daryl and her spend the day on the bike. So the next part of the episode's called New Mexico. On Carol and Daryl's travels, they shoot across a deer, CG deer, because he won't let her revive it. They make it across Alpha Sports. I must say, this was the part in the episode where I started to zone out a little bit. It was
element for Jim. Jim who? Jim the guy that died up against the tree? What was his paranormal element?
Joe, what do you think of the weird psychic paranormal element Darabont put in for Jim? It was Jim the guy that knew he
was going to die and they left him up against the tree?
Was he the guy who was seeing the flashes the whole time? I think there was also an element of it where they had Morgan's family know him. Because
Jim?
No, I'm saying like a side thing of sort of a supernatural, like the zombies had some sort of like mind stuff. When Morgan's wife kept showing back up at the house or something, there in Darabont's version of it, I believe. So Darabont definitely had a different interpretation. I'd love to have seen him have a chance to explore it over the course of 4 or 5 seasons of a show.
I didn't mind the lab thing with the with the Jenner. I thought that was okay. I think it kind of ended weird with like, oh no, the whole lab is going to blow up now, because they would be housing shit at the CDC that even with an explosion.
No, Topo Gaining just because says, remember he had that vision that everyone was going to die. He said he had a dream of the attack on the camp and was digging everyone's grave.
But you know, that's because he was fucking nuts. It wasn't psychic paranormal. It's like psychotic fucking, you know, because his whole family had just been fucking eaten, and extended family, and everybody in his fucking town is eating, and they're living out of a fucking car. Yeah. And of course dreams can seem pretty fucking real, but it's still just a fucking dream.
Yeah.
And psychotic episodes to the psychotic person seems pretty fucking real to them.
Yeah, Joe, just because I'm paranoid don't mean I'm not after you. Gotta find a way. They're not after you. I'm sorry.
Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean I'm not after you.
Yeah, something like that. I like the way I said it better. But you know the real quote. You know them shits, motherfucker. You know them shits, motherfucker. The Walking Dead is not. Hey, Joe, we've been off a couple months. I can be a little rusty too. Okay.
No, it is your normal. That is normal. It is absolutely normal to go psychotic when you have watched society fucking collapse.
From
the
a zombie.
paranormal would be all these motherfuckers running around like it's okay, like fucking Glenn in his brand new Camaro speeding up the highway, having a great old grand time.
Oh my goodness.
Like that's a little bit abnormal.
Could Vince Gilligan save this?
Paranormal is next to the norm.
Could Vince Gilligan save the show,
Abnormal
Joe?
is not normal.
If AMC decided to throw, maybe we'll talk about this more after Friday to see how this movie is. But I'm saying I've heard Vince say in the interviews since in the interviews for this movie that the next thing he wants to do is something completely different, like outside of his norm. I hope it's a Game of Thrones prequel series. But could Vince Gilligan save The Walking Dead right now? If AMC was
Why
like,
would Vince Gilligan be able to save The Walking Dead?
I'm saying if AMC went to him with a big pile of money and was like, save this shit for us.
Completely different type of. He's a different. Okay, the medium is the same, right?
No,
there's a lot of painters out there.
You missed the
but
first
Picasso is not fucking Leo.
You missed the first part of what I said, is that he wants to do something completely out of his norm as his next project. So it could be something like The Walking
So he should
Dead.
do an animated series.
You think he should do an animated series?
They should do anything but The fucking Walking Dead.
No, I don't want him to do The Walking Dead. My point is, can anyone save The Walking Dead right now?
No.
So why are we so let's not blame Kang, essentially, where the show was already in a ditch and no one could have saved it.
Okay. No, I don't want to say no. Now I don't want to say no. I want to say yes, of course.
Could anyone save this show right now?
You don't need to go away for a couple of years and come back. All you have to do, they could have done it. They could have done it right here. Stop adding these fucking yes, they never wanted the menace to be the dead people. Once you're used to the dead, you're used to the dead. It's part of life. The real threat are the other living fucking people.
Right.
The ones that can actually think, the ones that can do harm to you in many ways, aside from just sneaking up on you and biting you. Right?
And again, I'm sorry I didn't mean Vince Gilligan in the sense of him specifically. I mean, could the best television guy or horror guy you could think of come back and say, could Wes Craven be resurrected and come and save this show?
Phil, I say yes, because I've said it, how many times on this cast alone and how many times on every other cast that we've had, I alone, and I know that sounds so egotistical, I could save this shit. I really could. I know there's people out there that are going to doubt me.
Oh, I can't wait to read some comments.
I could do some shit with this show, with these characters, that would make everybody's fucking head spin and go, oh my fucking God. I got ideas that this show could have done that would have made it so good. And none of them have to do with hiding under a goddamn dumpster. You understand?
I understand. I feel the shit you're.
None of them have to do with a bite that nobody saw and a fucking 45-minute death scene. You understand?
I understand, Joe.
None of them have to do. None of them have to do with whipping my arm, big daddy.
Okay.
Whipping my arm, big daddy.
Joe.
Oh yeah.
Joe, let's get serious here. We need to get back into this. So should we make matching collars for the dog? They get serious. They ponder what this was all about. This is Daryl and Carol. Daryl is a surprising optimist here who understood Maggie and Georgie were doing for community building. And I said this before, and I'll say it one more time, and then we can get to the next. And I believe it's the last section here, or the second to last. There's two quick sections here. I liked Daryl and Carol together. If this was part of a better episode, there was a couple sections, them and Michonne and Aaron, all individually as part of a better episode with a better centerpiece of it all. I wouldn't have minded individually as small sections, and that's why I go to the Walking Dead Tales from the Crypt show, that if this were small little blips that you're looking into this universe for individual scenes and sections to bring up some nostalgic feel with Daryl and Carol, or to see someone that's been forced to be one way, be rage filled of like, fuck this, I'm tired of being the nice guy. That's some character change there. Holy shit. But within the bigger universe of this show, it's not meaning much and it's not going to amount to anything.
And they all slip right back into
Right.
back into their
So
regular cunty selves.
So if we can exist within these smaller moments, I'm trying to find these sections of the episode that I'm trying to find some enjoyment in and seeing how it can be dictated in a way that could be effective. And I think it could be effective if it was just short, if it was only a 5-minute episode. You know, if that section
If it was just Carol and Daryl getting off the boat.
Yeah.
Carol signed some shit to the deaf girl, and then Daryl and Carol go off in the woods
Yes.
and make out for 10 minutes. Yeah. I dig that webisode.
I would watch the shit out of that, dude. I might even watch that 3 times, you know? Like, and then if another section was Aaron and Michonne and their whole discussion talking about everyone being dead and not dealing with it and then moving on again, I thought that was a well-written 5 or 10 minutes of the episode. And I think that in of itself, the problem that they have is direction. And this is where you're right about the Kang thing, and maybe someone outside the Gimple Kang family could save this if they could organize it and have some I
could save it because I'd come in, I'd blow the whole fucking world
Right.
up, dude. I would have had 100,000 zombies storm through fucking Oceanside. That episode, while they were fucking like, okay, let's let 5 out of the boat. Let's let another 5 out of the boat. Oh no, I slipped and 30 came out. Oh no, how are we going to defeat these 10 other zombies? Are you fucking kidding me? Panic, everybody, panic. There's a zombie on the beach. Come on. 10 years you fuckers have been living in this world. You finally made a goddamn shield? 10 fucking years? You finally made a shield.
Lindsay says
Wow.
Eugene and Negan were the highlights of this episode, but I'm biased as fuck. I thought both of them were effective in their moments in the episode too. All the characters I give a shit about,
Punching my desk, dude.
but all the characters, you're never gonna win that fight, Joe. I know you think you can win every fight, whether it's
Oh, I
physical
chopped
or
at
mental.
I
Don't-
chopped at the,
don't- That's like teenage me punching grates and windows. Like I think
I
I'm gonna
can't win every fight, but the thing is I don't care if I get hurt.
Very true. Very true.
Like I know you're gonna get you get into a fight, you're gonna get hurt. Someone's gonna break something of mine. I'm gonna break something of theirs. So it doesn't matter if I win as long as I put in my fucking dues.
Sounds like Rocky, dude. Lines we cross. When the satellites crashed, it starts a fire, not just a forest fire, because who stops forest fires? Is it Woodsy the Owl, or who is it? Even you can stop forest fires. Fozzie the Bear. What was that guy's name? Smokey the Bear. Fozzie the Bear. Waka waka. But
Waka waka, fern is burning.
imagine. I'm sorry, that's horrible. That would be an amazing, horrible Muppet skit with Fozzie Bear playing Smokey the Bear, where like the Muppet. The whole Muppet place is being burned down. He's like, waka waka, this is Fozzie the Smokey the Bear. Muppet guys, if you're watching, make this happen. Okay, so
One of the best things I ever saw about Smokey the Bear was him Ben brought me to a Bruins game for my birthday one year back when the Flea Center first opened, and Smokey the Bear was up on the big screen, up on the big fucking jumbotron, in his fucking his forest fire hat with a Bruins logo on it, and he started chanting, "Go Bruins, go Bruins." That was the best thing I ever saw Smokey the Bear do. It was fucking awesome.
Oh.
And I don't know why they ever stopped. They should have licensed that shit out for perpetuity.
Ranger Ricks, Milt. I fucking remember the Ranger Ricks. I had a subscription to that for a while too. Oh goodness, I asked for a subscription to a dirty magazine, and someone gave me Ranger Rick. They're like, here you go, that's pretty dirty. So when the satellite crashes, it starts a fire. When the satellite crashes, it starts. Okay, so our heroes have to put it out. If they didn't, their hunting ground would be destroyed. Oceanside could be destroyed while battering the blaze. Yumiko sensed that Magna was spinning out. A daybreak fire was still going on. Ezekiel finally, despite all the blaze, and I gotta admit, I zoned out a little bit about this, so I'm reading the notes like this is the first time I've ever read it. Ezekiel is like not wanting to stop, and Jerry's like, "King, you're gonna fall in the fire," and he collapses.
I like how they're gonna do a controlled burn to put out the fucking forest fire. Are you fucking kidding me? All you fucking geniuses, you genius fucking fire scientists, you're gonna try that.
Hey,
you're actually gonna try to start more fire to burn out the fire. You're lucky. You're so lucky.
In fairness, Backdraft does not exist in this universe, and then we, then we're just in time. Just in time.
Alec, the Baldwins exist in every universe.
Stephen Baldwin. No, it's not Stephen. It's Billy Baldwin. I'm sorry.
Billy Baldwin exists in every universe. All the Baldwins.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what ensued was a montage of our heroes taking out walkers with no tension.
With squirt guns.
Okay.
Oh no, we're still on the beach?
No, it's okay. The fire gets taken out, but then when the walkers attack, we get a little. It's sort of a montage thing of
Firewalkers.
of everyone taking out the walkers. Carol slitting a walker's throat, but doesn't stab it in the head, so I guess that stops it. I don't know.
Right?
I thought
What?
someone asked that in the chat earlier, and I remember that.
Was that a whisperer? And wait. So she slit its throat and it died. Did it get up off the ground?
I also want to mention something that was mentioned 2 or 3 times in this episode at different times because it's something I've complained about. Yeah, that was mentioned too many times. But we've been talking about for seasons about don't the zombies scratch anymore? And there was 3 times in this episode, someone's going to get scratched to death this season because there was 3 times in this episode where they mentioned, watch out for the claws, watch out for the claws, watch out for the claws. So that's going to happen to somebody.
They're bringing that back out of
They're bringing
nowhere.
that back. It's coming back. I'm telling you now.
All the times they've grappled up with people. All the fucking stupid shit.
Did you see that one point when we see like a walker like within biting distance of someone's leg and it's just like sitting there going rah, rah, rah,
looking away, holding a leg in this episode, I believe.
In this episode,
holding a leg like this next instead of
it might have been Aaron. It might have been Aaron's leg. It might have been in that.
I think it was Aaron's leg.
It was
but I don't know if it was this episode of the in every episode.
It was really stupid.
Right? Gee, par for the fucking court. It was really just par for the Walking Dead.
It was pretty stupid. So we see Carol slit in the throat, and I guess Daryl has some great aim with his weapon, and he throws an axe, and then we get the blaze is reduced to embers. Michonne granted Eugene, or Eugenius as Luke calls him, 5 minutes to try to figure out how to get the satellite into the vehicles. It's tech, and I can't do Eugene voice anymore. But I gotta get this tech because I can intellectually stimulate some negative powers and get across this, and maybe I can get my Sega Genesis to work.
Radio this episode?
Was
they were
it?
using the radio this episode.
They were using it.
And somebody was trying to get in touch with them.
Yeah. I forget that. I'd have to rewatch it, Joe. I started to zone out a lot at this point. Luke asked about the radiation. Eugene says, I think we're all fucked anyway. And it doesn't really matter.
What radiation? Just because something was in space doesn't mean it's radiation.
No one's getting superpowers today, he means. I think he wanted to be the Fantastic Four right there and get stretchy powers. Daryl and Carol stole away the perch from which I believe Alpha showed them a horrific border wall. Daryl admits that he needs Carol to stay. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. And right at that point, Carol spots Alpha. Alpha spots Carol. And we get the tension music. It gets all built up. And next thing I know, they make eye contact and we hear this music play. Oh yeah. We are going to be fucking each other up by the end of this season, and that's the
Why? They're going to drag it out? They're going to wait that long? You crossed the lines. What are we going to have a fucking Negan conversation about this?
Joe,
Alpha going to come down and be all like, now we're going to fucking
you know
kill
for
you
a
all.
fact.
Beta,
you know for a fact, Joe. Joe, you know
them.
for a fucking fact this whole season is going to be 2 fucking days, and then they're going to do another 6-month time jump. This whole fucking section is going to amount to a build-up. Next episode is going to be...
Why?
Wait, listen to me. Next episode is going to be all Alpha and Beta. It's going to be an all Whisper episode where we get
Didn't we already have their fucking
No, we got to see what
origin?
we got to see what they've been doing for 6 months, Joe. We're going to see in the next episode what they've been doing for the last 6 months leading up to that point where Alpha meets Carol in the woods. Then our 3rd episode is going to be a Negan-centric episode where we see Negan making his plans for what happens next. Then episode 4, maybe we'll get back to this. Maybe. But most likely it's going to be some other shit. It's going to be Eugene dealing with the fucking satellite till the mid-season fucking finale of this season when finally we get back to this.
That thing would have burned up on re-entry, and when it hit the ground, there's nothing left of it.
Joe, but you know I'm fucking right. That's what we're going to get for the remainder of this fucking season.
Right.
We're not going to get the conclusion to this Carol and Alpha moment until episode 7. or some
See,
shit.
I need you to come with me to AMC, Phil. I need you to tell me exactly how not to run. You got that shit, man. What
This
would
is
they
gonna
have
happen.
done, Phil? Oh,
This is gonna happen.
You could call me on the. No, Joe, they would have done that.
No,
if I
Joe.
happened to,
You
happen
know,
to skirt the edge a little.
next week. And if we get any progression, it's gonna be 5 minutes. But no, next week, I bet your ass most of that episode is flashback to what's happened with Alpha and Beta and what's happened with the Whisper organization in these past 6 months post the Heads on Pikes incident. That's what the fuck's happening, and I'm sticking.
But we don't want to start anything by crossing their border.
Exactly, and seeing
Marked
how
by our
a connection to what Aaron said about it being, in their perspective, we're the bad guys. Next episode is gonna be like one of those episodes of Lost where we're on the opposite side with the bad guy, with the quote unquote bad guys, and we're seeing it from their perspective. It's going to be a Whispers aren't so bad. We're on their side.
No, it can't be. Just like there was Negan perspective episodes, just like there were Governor perspective episodes, there is no. Once you've already shown them do the shit they do, there's no going back from that and being like,
I
look,
went a step.
This is just she fucking killed her husband
except for
because he
Negan,
wasn't
dude.
strong
Except for
enough.
Negan is gonna become a fucking good guy. Mark my fucking words. I will drink fucking 5 shots on the air if they don't make Negan the star of this show. I don't give a fuck. They're making Negan the star, the good guy in charge for the remainder of the season. He is going to be the one that figures this out, saves our heroes from sheer doom.
Before we get any further away from this,
Motherfucker.
we need to set up parameters around your 5 shots. Are they full 1 ounce shots, and are they back to back to back? Or you're like, I did 5 on air. The show was, 7 hours long, but I did
no
all
one
5
wants
shots
to see me passing out like
of
that,
like
Joe.
this much liquor on the bottom of a
Joe,
glass.
if
No, they're 1 ounce shots, and they're back to back to back.
Joe, if I pass out, it's the Garth show here, and you're like, no one's setting you up for rants, dude. You're just like, what do I say now, man?
I'll just have Critch. I'll invite Critch on.
Oh yeah, and
Critch
just
and SM. I'll invite both of them on to keep me.
that will do it. I'm kind of useless at this point.
Once you pass out.
It's true. Once I pass out, I'm useless at this point. So let's take a couple more live chats and then call this a live show. Our first one back. We got some calls as well. We got some voicemails.
Timestamp 151:31. That's it, Phil. It's written.
It's written, and thou shalt stay forever. Negan is the labor camp worker now. Oh goodness. Kat each will do it in slow motion. Alpha is really it. Alpha's really it. She's really Tim Curry. They should worry about. I'm sorry. There's a new it now. We gotta specify which it we're talking about since there's 2. Okay, so we got. Let's listen to one of Jay's messages here because the other one's about X-Men. So we'll save that for the X-Men podcast. Listen to what our good buddy Jay has to say. And remember, you guys can always call in 781-990-8509. Again, that's 781-990-8509. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and leave us a voicemail. Even if it's, hey, fuck you guys. You guys are the biggest dumbasses in the world. We like those messages too. We'll play them on the air as long as you don't say anything good about The Walking Dead. No, we're kidding. No, say whatever you want. Say excellent things about The Walking Dead. Tell Joe while he's wrong. He wants to hear that.
I do.
Someone needs to explain something to me. A satellite is in space. Space has no gravity. Okay? How would something fall back out of no gravity into orbit, into our orbit? Like, literally, when rockets come back, they need, rocket engines to get back from outer space into our atmosphere again.
Wait, hold on.
If anything, a satellite should float off into the sun or just float off into endlessness of space, not fall back onto the Earth. So that doesn't make sense to me at all. If you two can explain that to me, I'd be really grateful. And just out of curiosity, if I go into a chat or if I go into a YouTube channel and I don't write a message, is there a way that you, as the person whose YouTube channel it is, can tell that I visited your YouTube page or your YouTube video?
To answer your second part,
YouTube.
To answer your second part of your question, the only way you can look in the chat members and see who's in the live chat room, even if they haven't said anything. And the second part of your question will go to Joe Dirty Locks.
So satellites, usually things that are in orbit, have decaying orbits, and they have to use thrusters and shit to stay in place in order to not fall back down to the Earth. There there is no gravity in space, so to speak, but the Earth has gravity that will pull that shit in. So just because they get it to keep spinning around the Earth, they get it in what's called a sweet spot. There's a zone of a couple hundred or a couple thousand miles or
That's
so
why-
where you can sit shit in it, and that will just keep spinning around the Earth depending on what you need the satellite to do and how far it has to be or close it has to be to do whatever you're getting that particular satellite to do, whether it's communications or observation or staring out into the rest of space. But they all have a decaying orbit pretty much. Some of them take a lot longer than others, but there have been quite a few satellites that have fallen back down to Earth that, they all eventually will anyway when they're obsolete, unless, there are other satellites and spacecraft or satellites that are considered spacecraft because they don't follow an orbit. They're just shot out to go like the Voyager, right? It's got the gold record on it. It's got the math problems and all that shit. And it's fucking just
Josh Berry
headed out there.
Josh
I think
Berry.
it's actually reached, we have one that's actually reached interstellar space at this point, or two that are between solar systems.
Josh in the live chat says outer space is fake. This guy gets it. Gravity is a theory. It's magnetism density. Okay, so let's listen to, speaking of our good buddies, so listen to a little bit of a Tim Gersh motherfucking message.
Good point, Josh.
All right, you're right. Yeah, Kelly getting told to see the Walking Dead. Yeah, well, I guess somewhere I can expect Kelly gets man. Yeah. Let me take here.
Tim, great to hear you. I'm going to play a couple little bits of all your messages, and then we'll get to them later.
The point is I hate most of them. Yeah, you're saying about try keep there. She actually makes me like there a little bit. Yeah.
So Tim hates Daryl, and he was saying that he hates Michonne so much right now, he's making him like Daryl a bit more. So let's take a couple more live chats, Joe, and then call it a day, because I know Joe still hasn't slept from his night of work last night. But sometimes it's better to get Joe before sleep rather than after asleep. We got Bridge with a super chat donation. Great show, guys. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being you, Bridge. And here's a fucking spin of the wheel for you, motherfucker. And it says drum fun. Oh, we got some drum fun. Joe, play some drums for people. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Fucking A, Joe. That was good. Bridge, I owe you a drum solo. Oh, wait. I guess I should do it. Okay, I'll do it. You did it.
Chop liver?
You do it. You keep going, Joe. I'll grab the drum here. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll bring this big boy over here. Oh. Yeah, I haven't played this fat drum in a while. Okay, so anything else, Joe, that you haven't said about this episode that we have to say?
Did I say it sucked?
Yeah, you did.
I said it all.
Okay. Okay, yeah, let me play a little drum solo, then we'll take a couple more chats, and we'll get out of here. So here we go. Bridge, thank you thank you so much for that super chat donation and some silly. Joe, I thought yours was better personally, but
not me.
Thank you. Was it too loud? Was it like ridiculously loud?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, cool. I always worry about.
I tried to join in with cymbal action, but it didn't work out.
Oh no, I heard it. It was in rhythm. I didn't hear it. I never know how loud is too loud when I do those things, so I'm sorry. So thank you so much for that super chat donation, Bridge. Oh, thank you, buddy. Fagilla. Oh, forgot to ask how Betty. Betty has unfortunately passed, but thank you for asking. That was one of the things that happened over the break.
Oh wow, Chuck, what an asshole move.
Oh, what? How's that an asshole move? He didn't know.
He got his friend's 4-year-old bongos.
Oh, okay. No, I thought he was talking about the.
he's like, I love your kids so much I bought him bongos because I really fucking hate you.
Oh, yeah. That is kind of an asshole move. Making loud noise. I thought you were saying he was an asshole for asking about my cat, but no.
No, that's very nice of him. He obviously cares about you more than that 4-year-old's parents.
Oh my goodness. Top Load Gaming says the hammer was the best part of it. Yeah, it really was. It tied the room together. It was like a great big rug that tied the room together. But no, thank you, Bridge, for that super chat. Really do appreciate that. And thank you, Ian. 19 years old, great cat life, and super part of the streams all the time. And he will absolutely be missed on these live motherfucking chats. But thank you for all that motherfucking shit. I appreciate that. And yeah, Joe, it's a good first one back. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, we will try our best to be live right after the episode airs to talk about episodes 2 and 3 of The Walking Dead. We will not be talking about The Walking Dead week to week. I'm not going to come out here and babble about the episode alone.
Yeah, we'll do every 2 at a time. Sounds good.
Yeah,
like especially because I'll end up watching it that way, and so they'll both be fresh.
I'm going to do that too. I'm going to not watch it next week, and then I'm going to watch the 2 episodes back to back.
Back to back. And so what you'll need to know is when we do this podcast, we're going to talk about it like it's episode 2. You understand?
Oh, we're going to start with 2. No, I say we do it the other way around because it.
Well, no, like what I'm saying is so there's 10 episodes we'll say in the season. For us, it's going to be 5 2-hour episodes.
Right.
We're not going to delineate and differentiate between this was episode 3 and episode 2. It's all just going to be our episode 2, their episode 2.
For titling of the video, I'll title it episode 3 because it will be the newest thing. But we'll be discussing.
It'll be 3, 5, 7.
And then whenever the finale
there will be
is.
no mention of 4.
Right.
2,
right. We'll mention those within the Prime podcast, if that makes any sense. And that's not to say we won't be on every week, but we won't. The Walking Dead is no longer having to be there.
It's a bi-weekly.
It's a bi-weekly thing. Yes.
It's bi now.
Yeah. It's got
The Walking Dead has gone full bi.
Yes, and attributed to the Issues program. It's embracing it. It's embracing its individuality. Okay, so and we don't want to talk about the show every week. We'd rather be excited to talk about it every 2 weeks.
And we got some exciting stuff. I can't wait for Picard.
Yeah, that's in January. I can't wait for that. I'm also very eager to talk about a couple of Netflix series that have come out and that are coming back for final seasons. I know it's not. Joe has other shows that are this for him, but BoJack is coming back for its final season very soon, so I can't wait to talk about that entire series and do a rewatch of that. Breaking Bad is obviously coming back this week, and I will be on this Friday, and then going to be doing a group podcast with Joe and with some other people after the fact to talk more about that and break that down as much as we can break it down. And Joe and I will be back at some point to talk about Better Call Saul. If anything happens in this movie, is anything Better Call Saul attributed, we should do a cast
about that. We're gonna lose our shit.
Yes, and Better Call Saul is coming back as well. We have the Vikings final season, which I'm dragging Joe back into for the final season that starts.
Yeah, I've watched it all, and knowing that it's the last season, I'm not going to stop. I didn't not watch last season. Did I quit halfway through?
Yeah, you said pick Walking Dead or Vikings. I want to do one or the other.
But did I watch it all?
Yes, I believe you. Maybe you came back. Yes, I will be streaming for El Camino on Friday afternoon. I don't know exactly what time because I'm taking a half a day from work. So whenever I come home, because I'm going to a comedy show that evening in Boston, so I can't do an evening thing, but I want to make sure I do something the day of. So I believe I will probably be streaming around 2 or 3 o'clock, depending on how soon I get home from work on Friday afternoon. So I will definitely be talking about it on Friday and then many times afterwards, for good or for bad. If it's good or if it's bad, I will be talking about it. I don't expect it to be bad, but you never can tell. It's going to be Breaking Bad. What was that? Yeah, Skull. Yeah. Vikings is December 4th. So, and we're going to mix in during the week. Next week, the Joe and I podcast will be the X-Men podcast. We're going to find a day next week, maybe Thursday evening or an afternoon after I get home from work or something, that we will be doing a podcast together about the X-Men movie franchise. So keep an eye out for that. And we're going to go through each of the X-Men movies that have come out and give our brief opinions and babble.
First 3 seasons are top.
What was that?
Top one to know if Vikings is actually worth watching. I said the first 3 seasons are.
Absolutely, 100%. Do you Breaking Bad sequel movie? Yeah, it is it's been referred to more as an epilogue by Vince Gilligan, but I am very excited to see it. I think everything I hear about it so far is positive, but you know, you never can tell. It's getting a lot of press. It's getting a lot of hype build up, which is always difficult to manage, and people's expectations. So we'll see how it's received, and we'll see how it is. 2 hours to tell this story is like an extended 2-episode arc, and it could be a good conclusion to Jesse's storyline. But Joe, thank you so much. Live motherfucking chat. You guys have been amazing. And let's end things up before Joe starts passing out. Sorry, it's been a while since
I've been up for like 20 hours.
20 hours. 20 hours. And still that much excitement to talk about The Walking Dead. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you haven't already and you like this video podcast or whatever, hit the like button or make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. Please comment away if you're watching this any point in time and let us know what you thought of this episode of The Walking Dead, even if you disagree with us. Especially if you disagree with us. And also, call on in at 781-990-8509. After next week's episode, you have something special to say. You have snuff across your uppagus that you want to talk about The Walking Dead. Call and leave a voicemail. We will play it on the next Walking Dead cast that we do. Joe and I also aren't done talking about Game of Thrones. We'll be talking about that show coming up soon too, and kind of come up with some fun ways to talk about that show. And
there's some good books coming out.
The books, I'm thinking about maybe it's time for us to do a re-listen, watch, and start talking about the books a little bit. But we'll talk about that off air. Everybody, thank you so much.
I'll read them motherfuckers again right now. Yeah.
But I'll talk to you guys.
Nothing but time at work to start reading those books.
It's about time, yeah. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.